Good evening, humans. Tyrannosaurusmoth here, and tonight we're taking a look at the AEW Unrivaled Target exclusive Samoa Joe figure from Jazwares. I almost passed this one up, but the question is, am I happy I kept my pre-order or not? Well, let's talk about that. Let's do this. Aesthetically speaking, this figure looks highly decent, and I will admit that initially the reason I almost passed this one up was just seeing the initial promo shots. The head sculpt looked a little off and stuff like that, and I had kind of thought the better of it. And obviously a lot of promo shots are usually kind of not test shots, but they're the prototypes, or they're in development and they are not the final product. So I was like, okay, well, I'm just gonna get this pre-order and see if I like it, and if not, then I'll sell it. And I think they did a great job here. Like that is definitely a decent likeness of Joe, and just all around, a cool head sculpt. I think they did a great job with the hair here. Pardon me dropping this, but I think they did a good job here all around. And they've got his expression there. Just it definitely looks cool. And in terms of the overall sculpt, I think it definitely looks good. Maybe a little bit off. I think he has a hard physique to probably capture it in plastic form. And they maybe will be able to do a little bit better with future attempts. But I mean, for now, I think this is definitely good. The arms seem a little short. And I don't know if I'm not sure what it is that might be throwing that off. But they're definitely a little thin. But other than that, not too bad. And so we got, instead of an actual elbow pad, we do have just kind of the paint going on here, which is fine because it doesn't hinder the articulation at all. My only other real gripe here, I think, is really the shorts, where I was hoping this would be a brighter red. And I get where they're going for here, especially looking at the promo or the shot of him that they used on the packaging, where I mean the shorts are kind of shiny, and certainly when it hits in certain lights, it's just not as vivid. But I think they could have done something here with kind of maybe a metallic sheen or something like that probably would have brought that out and would have allowed them to use kind of a brighter red. But again, process being what it is, and obviously I'm not privy to the choices made there, etc. But so definitely forgivable. It definitely doesn't look bad. It just, I wish it was a brighter red, and that's definitely a personal preference. But other than that, I think they did a great job here with the kick pads and the knee pads, which are definitely unique. I don't think we've seen these on any other figure in either AEW or WWE, and that's pretty cool. So definitely a unique sculpt for those knee pads. And so just overall, definitely a good looking figure. Not perfect, no, but definitely cool, and definitely clearly Samoa Joe. We get a decent loadout here for accessories, so let's jump right into hands. And right out of the box, we get a couple of the kind of hang 10 gesture for both left and right. Then we get a couple of wide grip C-grips with the left hands with the wider wrap going on here. As you can see, very nice sculpt with those wraps as well. And then we get some tighter grips with the wraps here on the left hand as well. And again, this is kind of the more narrow wraps. So again, great sculpt all around. And then right hands are all bare. Then finally, we get the kind of terry cloth towel, and this is just kind of folded in half. Obviously not a full width towel, but totally gets the effect of the towel that he brings to the ring. So very cool, very soft as well, which is very, very nice. So that will do it for accessories. When it comes to articulation balance, I will say we do have a bit of a mixed bag. However, the balance part, actually very nice. We got a very nice freestanding kick. This took no time to get into. So definitely a fan of that. So great balance going on here. In terms of the articulation, we do have our ball hinge here at the head. We can look very nicely up. We can look pretty much all the way down. Not too much on the tilt. I'm moving my ring around here. We get some rotation, of course. We are hinge and swivel at the shoulders, and we're getting just past our T, not quite a Y. Then we get some bicep swivel. We get double jointed elbows, pardon me, folding completely in half. Then for our hands, we do have hinge and swivel, all horizontal. Then we get a ball joint at the diaphragm, a ball joint at the waist. However, we're not really getting a lot here. That's just due to that sculpt is super, super tight. So we're not really getting a ton of front. We're not getting a ton of arch back. We are getting slight bit of tilt, kinda. And we're getting rotation in both of those joints, though neither of them rotate particularly well, which is kind of sad, honestly. Definitely getting more of the rotation from the diaphragm joint. Come to the hips, and not getting full splits, but we're definitely getting, pretty respectable range going on there. We do get almost full 90 on the front kick, so that is definitely nice. We get thigh swivel, we get double jointed knees, and those new knee pads are not doing us any favors. We're not even quite hitting 90 there. So that part is a little sad, but it is what it is. We do get some boot swivel, very nicely hidden as well. You can pretty much not even see it, but it is under the kick pad right here. Then we get some very nice point, not really any forward, but we do get some pretty decent rocker going on there. So that's articulation. Getting into size comparisons, here is with some other AEW figures, with some other wrestling lines, with some Hasbro and some Mattel, with some imports, with some monsters. Finally, with our articulate icons, Oni and yours truly in human form as a Valorous Action Force figure. So my final thoughts on the AEW Unrivaled Target exclusive Samoa Joe figure from Jazwares is that this is definitely a decent figure. Again, a lot of good stuff, some great accessories. Visuals are definitely good, not perfect. I feel like they can definitely perfect the formula here for Joe just a little bit more as time goes on. However, certainly if you are a Samoa Joe fan, absolutely pick this up. Otherwise, it might be an easy pass, but in any event, it is currently showing up on pegs in Targets and is also still available on the website. So I'll have the link below in the description if you are so interested. So you can either pick it up online or find it at your local Target. So that being said, I hope you found this review informative and somewhat entertaining. If you did, I hope to see you back because I do multiple reviews a week of action figures related to tokusatsu, dinosaurs, monsters, pro wrestling, of course, and more. So if any of those things interest you, please come on back and yeah, let's talk some more toys. Let's have some more fun. Let's escape the world for a while and just vibe. So yeah, ultimately, I just hope you're well. I hope that all of your toy dreams come true. And most importantly, I hope that you and yours stay weird, simians.